Ethan says he won't propose to me because I want to be Kelly Payne.
Faith doesn't want to take my name, and that irks me.
No.
Yes.
I want to take your name.
You don't want
I just
to.
want to take mine as well. I'm not saying, no, because otherwise then I just wouldn't change my name. I'm saying I want to put mine there, but Kelly Payne. I don't want to lose my association with my family.
You're not?
Yeah. Okay, great. So let me keep it.
No.
It's a personal thing. I've grown up with the name my whole life. I like it. I want to keep it.
No. I just believe that's how it should be done.
No.
Yes.
Olivia Atwood Dack. She's
Again, this is your one example. All you do is fucking repeat this name. I don't care.
I just don't feel like it's a big deal.
That's the conditions. The conditions are if you want to be my wife, then you be my wife.
I will. That's why it's in my name.
But you're half being my wife. You're bottling it.
I'm
That's
not
what it is.
bottling it.
You are.
What's your opinion on that?
I think he's being petty.
You think so?
Yeah.
Explain to me why you think he's being petty.
Because it's not like she's saying, I don't want to take your name at all. She's still taking his name. But if she wants to keep her name within it, I don't see an issue with that.
I disagree. I think when you get married, your dad gives you away to the guy, right? You join his family, you take on his name. Now, the name thing is the one thing guys ask for during the wedding. In the lead up to the wedding, we have to do this for the woman, that for the woman. Well, it has to be this way. We got to spend this much money. We got to go here. Guess this has got to look like that. We ask you to take our name and it's an issue. That's also a condition for me. If I get married and she refuses to take, if I want to get married to a girl and she refuses to take my name and she wants to double barrel it, I would say no.
Hang on a second. What? Okay, please explain to me where your issue lies with her keeping her name as well. She's still taking your name. She's not refusing you. She's not refusing anything. Just because she wants to keep a name in there, that's an issue.
Okay, well, if we're playing it that way, most guys don't care about the wedding and the big celebration. We'll save the money. We won't do a wedding. We'll go to the Civic Centre and get it signed. We do the wedding for you.
You're being petty because
That's
she wants
not
to
petty.
keep her name
How's
in
that
there.
petty? We don't want to do the wedding. Most guys that I've spoken to have married are like, bro, we blew this much money, but it made her happy. They don't want to do the wedding. They do it for the woman. They do all these things for the women. The honeymoon gets planned for the woman. Everything around the event gets planned for the guys. Don't
crazy.
Yeah,
You're telling me a guy is not happy to go on like a 1-2 week holiday after he's just got married and have time off from work and just relax with his new wife?
go and speak. No, it's not about relaxing with the new wife. It is nice to go abroad and do things, but we jump through hoops, right? So just to get to the point of proposing for you, propose to you. That's the traditional thing to do, right? You want the guy to propose to you.
Yeah.
You want him to win you over.
Yeah.
You want him to do this big old wedding with you.
Yeah.
You want to do the whole after party,
Yeah.
inviting all your friends, get a nice sick venue, photographers. Guys don't care about that shit.
Okay.
We do all this shit for you. The one thing that you're doing
I
is
don't
you're
like the way you say it like that.
doing what?
We're doing all this shit for you.
But if
Don't fucking do it then. Don't marry me. Don't marry me. If
Okay,
you're
we're
no,
not
no, no.
yet-
If you're
Relax.
doing the big wedding
Yeah.
for me, fuck you. I don't even want it.
Yeah, 'cause
I don't want it.
most men that I've spoken to that are married are like, bro, would have much preferred a nice, small, intimate wedding. Girl wants
Do a
a
small
big
intimate
fucking
wedding.
party.
Not always. But listen, hear me out. I can understand going through all them hoops for a woman to not want to take your last name. Cool, whatever. However, she's still taking your name just because she wants to keep what's a part of her and her identity in her name. What is the big issue? She's still becoming, like, she's still taking your last name.
No, it's
So why is it bad that she wants to keep her name in it? That's so fucking petty.
why? For what reason? What was the reason that women were taking on the men's last names, and why is that changing now?
I don't know. I don't care either.
You're handing someone off to another family, right? Your
I
dad will
don't
hand.
see it as anyone's giving anyone away, though. In my mind, no one's giving anyone away. You're just getting married and becoming a partnership and becoming your own family.
But that's not what it is.
Yeah, if we're looking at old school meanings behind it,
But
whatever.
But a wedding is an old institution, right? It's a traditional institution, right? If your dad walks you down the aisle
Yeah.
and hands you to your soon-to-be husband, he's handing you over. And the
Okay.
point of that is that he expects this man
Yeah.
to now take you on and
Okay.
protect you and look after you in the same way that he did.
Fair enough, but what has keeping your old last name in your name got to do with anything? Why is that an issue? Why is that an issue?
Why is it an issue if we do the wedding the way I want to do it then? You speak to most guys that are married, they do it the way the woman wants to do it. Everything is done the way the woman wants.
That's each individual person's situation and down to them to discuss. That's everyone's own personal choice. No one's forcing anyone to do anything. But you're not answering my question.
I'm telling you that you're giving yourself over to the other family.
Okay,
right?
but what is the issue?
The issue is I don't like it. Like,
but
that's
why?
the issue.
But why?
Because it feels like you've got one foot in and one foot out.
No, you're just,
it's
it's part of who you are.
It's showing commitment. It's a commitment, right? The same way women will say to you, you got to put a ring on it if I'm going to do this. You got to put a ring on it if I'm going to do that. You're showing commitment, right?
I'm lost.
Okay, if you're lost, let me guide you back. You want men to put a ring on it and propose to you before you do certain things to show commitment, to show he's serious about me. What is the problem with you taking on my name to show me that you're serious?
She's still taking on your name.
Hey, we can be girlfriend and boyfriend and live together. Why do we need to get married?
She's still taking on your name.
No,
she is still taking on your name.
I don't want you to keep your last name, right? The commitment to me is that you're walking away in a sense from your family and entering mine. That's the commitment that you're showing me.
But you've still grown up your whole life as a certain person. It's who you are.
So what do you need the ring
you're
for?
Entering into a marriage, and yes, you're taking on the other person's last name, but I don't get why it's a problem to keep your last name in.
Okay, what's the problem with us being boyfriend and girlfriend, me getting you pregnant, us buying a house, and you don't get no ring?
Some people don't have an issue with that. Not everyone wants to get married.
Some people don't have an issue having double-barreled names. I'm saying for the people that do, what would you say to that?
I don't understand your question.
You want to get married, right?
Yes.
You want someone to commit to you.
Yes.
Before you give them children, I assume.
Either way, I'm not bothered.
Right, it's not planned, but ideally you would want them to commit, so preferably. You know the family aspect is there. The ring is a sign of commitment.
Yeah.
Right, he goes out and buys an expensive ring, proposes to you. The wedding is a sign of commitment.
Mm-hmm.
The man's doing all these things to commit to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the issue is that what are you doing?
You're still taking his last name though.
But if we don't like you having your original surname though, what is the problem?
Why?
Okay.
I don't understand why. I cannot comprehend what the issue is. I just don't understand. You're still taking the last name. I'd so understand you if you were saying, if she said, I don't want your last name at all, I'm staying as I am. I can understand that. But her keeping it has a double barrel. What is the issue?
Because
why is it a problem?
I'm saying to you that to me, it doesn't look like commitment. It doesn't look like you're committed to this person. But your name is
still there. What's not committed about it?
If that is the case, and we're in a relationship, and a woman is waiting for a man to propose to her, so he hasn't proposed to me yet. She can stay waiting. What is she waiting for? What's the problem? We're still together. We can still have kids. We can still buy a house. What are you waiting for?
Look.
Answer that.
Okay.
What does the ring do?
I don't know. Wedding, I think, just sort of ties a knot and makes things a bit more official and secure for you. I don't know. You then go halves on things in some cases. It just feels a lot more, this is it. Whereas when you're in I know people can break up in marriage as well, but when you're in a relationship, it's easier for someone to just walk away because there's not so much baggage behind it. But it's just, for me, it's a case of your level of commitment and whatever is not shown through taking someone's last name. It's shown by the way you treat someone, the way you act, the other things that you do within your life.
Then why do we give you
her still
rings?
Keeping your name, she's still taking it.
Okay, then why do we give you rings? What's the whole point?
Rings, I don't know the point behind wedding rings, but I think that people should wear it so other people know that you're married.
What do they say in your culture, right? They say you're promised, right? You're promised. It's an engagement. You've committed to this person.
Yeah.
You've shown that girl. The guy gets on one knee to show commitment and loyalty to this girl. I'm doing this as a sign of there's no other women. It's just you.
And she's still taking your name, so what's the issue?
No, the issue is that you're not I'm doing this to make you feel like there's commitment here. I'm asking you, this is what I want. It's not about, because I can apply the same logic. I could say to you, Sabi, you've been with this guy for 10 years. You don't need a ring. And you're not going to get one now, right? And how would you like that? Can apply the same logic. What do you? No, explain to me. What does the ring do?
Because she's still
Forget about the name. I want to know about the ring.
No, because I'm pressed about that. I don't know about rings. I don't care about rings. I don't care about the history. I don't know.
No, so you don't want to get married.
You're asking me questions I don't know the answers to.
You don't want to get married.
I do want to get married.
And so you want him to propose to you?
Yes.
Okay, so explain to me what the point in the proposal is if you've been together for 10 years and you have a house.
Because I want to get married. I want to call someone my husband.
Right, you want that man to be committed to you.
Yeah.
The label of husband is commitment as well, right?
Yep.
So you want him to get on one knee.
Mm-hmm.
You want him to propose to you.
Yep.
You want him to go through the whole wedding.
Yep.
You want him to do all these things for you.
Yep.
Make you happy.
Yep.
He's giving you the ring as well, so you know that.
But like I said, if he doesn't want to do that, fuck him. I don't want to do it either.
No, he does want to do it, but it has give and take. You're handing off to another family. You take my last name. It's the most minor of us.
She's taking your last name. She's still taking it. Just because she wants to keep it in there. What is the issue?
Do you know what?
What is the issue? It's a name. It's a name. It's her name.
Not anymore, is it?
You want the wedding cake, you want the wedding dress, you want the Disney story, but what about the man's side of the Disney story? What about what we want in return for giving all of that over? I get that that's old-fashioned, but I think that that's a pretty good compromise in that scenario, if you have a traditional relationship. We're always taught as men that we have to compromise for women's needs and what women want and yada, yada, yada. But why is it so horrendous for a man to care about you taking his name when in the UK, this is what we've all grown up with and knowing? Women want to feel cared for, provided for, protected. Men want to feel powerful and respected. And one of the ways women can play into that is by taking our name, making us feel like that. Oh, we shouldn't need it. Oh, yeah. Sometimes we just want to feel special too. And when a woman thinks, oh, there's nothing I'd want more than to take your name and to be your girl and to do all the... It makes men feel fucking amazing. It makes us feel loved. This is something women overlook a little bit in thinking that it's some sort of horrific power struggle. All right, there's a slight tint of you are mine now, but also we know that I am yours. We have the same name. We are building a family together. And this silly little fight over who gets to have the last name, because now women don't want to give up any power at all because the media have convinced you, oh, if a man shows any dominance at all, revolt, fight back. This is terrible. Meanwhile, he is providing everything in this scenario. Cut him some slack. Fucking hell. And when you take a man's name, it suggests to us that you are completely and utterly committed to being our woman. And it's a great feeling.
You want to go through the whole traditional institution, but you don't want to do the one traditional part that benefits the man.
You're still doing it. You're still taking the last name. I stand by what I say. I'm not going to change my opinion.
Okay, that's fine. But you understand that the institution of marriage is traditional. The entire thing is traditional. But the one part where the man is basically saying, this is the thing that you do for me, to show commitment. Because let's not forget, in marriage, when people get fucked, it's usually the guy. When shit goes to court, it's usually the guy getting fucked. Right? We've heard of it before. Guy loses custody of his children when he shouldn't have. Even with this whole like gender transitioning thing, when guys are in Canada, the guy went to prison for standing up to his wife. Like, guy, you gain all this stuff in marriage. What, we can't even get a last name. You want to go through the traditional thing, but you want to remove the part the man likes and just get everything else. Absolutely not. I will not stand for any woman that does that. That would be a deal breaker, 1,000%. You ain't getting all these benefits, and I can't even get my last name slapped on there. Exactly what am I getting? Your last name is
getting slapped on there.
No, exactly what am I getting?
Your last name is getting slapped on there. It's not like she's refusing your last name.
But you want to go through the traditional thing, but you don't want to do the traditional thing.
But she's still taking your last name.
She is going to take my last name. If she doesn't take my last name and remove hers, then there's no marriage. And it's fine if women don't want to do that. 100%. If you don't want to do that, then don't do that. But guys, if your girl's saying that to you, walk away from her. Walk away from her. Don't
be out there giving guys advice like that. Just say, this is my opinion on it. You can't just say, guys, I think that's very bad advice. You're getting guys to walk away from commitment, love, marriage, relationships for the sake of something so petty and minor. If you love someone, you can come down to a mutual agreement. That's very, very bad advice.
It's not bad advice.
It's very bad advice,
The mutual agreement is we're both going to get married. We're both going to slap on my name is going to be slapped on there.
Okay.
And you're going to get a wedding ring. You're going to get a whole wedding, a whole party. Everything that you would have dreamed of as a child. We're going to spend obscene amounts of money doing it. I'm not saying that I'm not going to enjoy it as well, but like I said, I ain't going to name names or tell you off camera, but most married men I know do not want to be spending that much money. It's for the entertainment and to appease their wife. And then I want to get
Most
my
of them
name.
make the money back anyway, though.
What's that?
Most of them make the money back anyway, though, because people give you money at weddings.
Not all weddings. There are weddings, because with Greek and Turkish you get money, but not all cultures do that.
So why are you complaining then?
I'm not complaining about
You
money.
are.
I'm complaining about the name.
You're saying we're spending all this money, blah, blah, blah. Okay, you're probably going to get it back because you're Greek.
Yeah, but it's
To
not-
stop
that's-
trying to throw all these things out there, like
That'd be- that's
women
a
need to
terrible
bow
point.
down and take my last name because I'm doing this.
It's not about bowing down.
Fuck it.
It's not
Don't
about
do
bowing
it.
down.
Don't do it.
It's a traditional institution. You want all the tradition, but not the one part that I want. You want all the other things, but the thing that I want, I can't have.
Okay.
For what reason? How is that fair? You get 90% of everything you want, but I want you to take my name and I can't have that. Exactly. What is going on here?
She is taking your name though.
No, when someone takes someone's name in the traditional sense, it is a removal of the other name. It doesn't mean that you're no longer part of your family. It doesn't mean that they're not going to open the doors to you.
I agree. I get all of that.
The way
I get all of that.
to summarize, so we don't go in circles, I think if you're going to get married properly. Right? Marriage is a traditional institution. It's been that way for hundreds of years. If you don't want to get married in the traditional way, then don't do it.
Okay. My closing thoughts is that you're probably going to get annoyed at me again, but whatever.
I'm not annoyed.
I'm the sort of person that I will be taking my husband's last name. I don't want to keep my last name. However, I don't agree with the concept of men getting annoyed if a woman did want to keep her last name in there.
Okay, fine. Do you agree with the concept of women getting annoyed if the man won't propose and they've been together for years?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
But yeah, it makes sense because that's you want to get married, but what you're complaining about kind of isn't that deep. It's just petty because she's still taking your last name. Like I said, I'd understand if she refused to take your last name, but she's still taking your last name. Look at actually, no, I'm not even going to say it.
I would like you to. Okay, you don't have to say what you're going to say, but I'd like you to expand on what you just said because you kind of brushed over it.
What did I just say?
I said that if we were together for 10 years and I still ain't proposed to you, you think that the woman would be in the right to be upset about it. I want you to explain to me why.
So I think that marriage is something that not everyone wants. And I think it's very important to discuss these things at an early stage. So if a guy ever told a girl, I don't ever want to get married, I don't believe in marriage, she cannot get pissed off if 10 years later she wants to get married and he doesn't want to do it because he's already told you he doesn't want to do it. But if mutually you both know that you want to get married and you're waiting 10 years down the line and he still hasn't done it, then it's alarming. It's alarming. I was like, why haven't you done it? Why don't you want to do it? What's holding you back? And then I take it more of a what's the issue sort of situation rather than he's not appeasing what I want.
So if you've been together for 10 years and you've got a house and you're both your names on the contract, right? And if I think in the UK, if you live in the same house for 10 years, it's like a marriage. They treat it the same way. You can't just kick someone out. They're entitled to stuff. And let's say you even got kids. Everything is hunky-dory. You know, he comes home to you, you know he's not cheating, you got money, you're healthy, you're happy.
Yeah.
Now there's an issue because I haven't proposed to you. And the issue is moot based on your logic because I want you to show commitment by taking my name. And you're like, well, you know, that's not really commitment. You're just being petty. But we've been together for 10 years. Legally, you have half of my shit anyway, and we have children. But now
it's not half of your shit. It's half of both of everybody's shit.
No,
you can't say that.
No, I could have things that I own myself, right? I could own my own car.
But if you're not married, then she doesn't own half your shit. If you've got into a house together and got an equal mortgage, it's not half your shit. That's both of yours.
No, the houses, but the things inside it, I might have built a gym, for example. I might have things in there that I built off my own back that she's entitled to. What I'm saying is that we've built this whole life together. There's trust, there's romance, there's love. But now there's an issue because I haven't shown commitment by getting on one knee and giving you a ring. Where in reality, other than names on documents, nothing else is going to change other than the fact that I'm going to put a ring on you, we're going to have a party, and then we're going to have a party in another country. Right? Nothing has that technically changed, but you want him to show you that commitment.
Things do change because by law.
That's what I said. Your name will go on documents, but outside your relationship will not change. Going to stay the same.
Correct.
So that you want him to show you commitment, and by getting on one knee, giving you that ring in the traditional sense, you want all those things. But when the guy says, well, this is what we do in marriages traditionally, you're like, no, we're changing that part. Absolutely not. Because if we're changing that part, then we change the whole thing.
But she's still taking your last name though.
She can do that. If girls want to do double barrel and guys want to do double barrel, I ain't got a problem with that. But if a guy says that we're doing marriage in a traditional sense and you're going to take on my last name and you say no, then cool. We're going to come to a compromise. We're not going to do anything in the traditional sense then. Nothing will be, because if you're not going to do that thing that I want, then I'm definitely not going to do that thing that you want. Or we do the whole thing, or we don't do it at all. Okay? There is no, meet me in the middle. That is my middle. We do the whole thing, or we don't do it at all. Okay? I'm not going to kowtow to this fucking new nonsense that we've got going on. I kind of want to do it traditionally, but not really.
Let's not forget, because you're moaning going, guys do this, yeah. When women get married, do you know how much like aggro it is, because they've got to go through now and change all of their documents, their name on their banks, their name on their IDs, they got to get new passports, new licenses, just to update motherfucker's name everywhere.
It's not that much aggro. We get new passports all the time anyway.
It's additional admin that you're not doing.
I'll help her with it. Why not?
All right, whatever.
Would your partner not help you with it? You
I
help
ain't
your
got a partner.
If you had a partner, you'd help him if the shoe was on the other foot, right?
Yeah.
If he was busy, you'd help him.
Yeah.
So why can't the guy help her? It's not additional aggro. You're in a partnership. You're in a relationship. You'll help each other. Anyway, that's what I think. Let us know what you think in the comment section.